It is.
Start recording.
Okay, and then please let people in.
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone joining our session. If you're able to, you can put in the chat what time is it for you. I know it's pretty early, 8 a.m. in Minnesota right now. My name is Ray. I'm a new student program coordinator. Welcome today to our Q&A session. I see a lot of people joining. As people joining, we'll play a short video about welcoming international students.
The University of Minnesota deeply values its international students and has a long history of welcoming students and scholars to campus. We asked students, faculty, and staff to tell us why they're glad international students are here at the U of M. These are just a few of the responses we received.
When I was a young man, I got to spend a year as an international student, and that experience changed my life. I think any really great university has people involved in it from all corners of the world. So I'm glad that you're here at this university. And I hope your experience as an international student changes your life like it did mine.
I'm so glad that you are here because your presence makes us a great global university. The University of Minnesota is home to over 6,400 international students from 130 countries. And by living and studying here, you're taking the next step in reaching your dreams and making connections with people from all over the world.
I couldn't be more excited that the University of Minnesota is so inclusive of international students. I'm really glad you're here. I want to welcome you to Minnesota, and I want to encourage you to get involved on campus. This is now your school, and you have an opportunity to really make the University of Minnesota and the Twin Cities community a better place.
I'm constantly impressed with the courage and the passion that you put in to everything. It takes a lot to come overseas and study in the US and learn our culture and learn our customs and really make yourself vulnerable to everything. And every day I'm impressed by the international students that I meet and always so interested in your stories and your journeys to get here.
And it's something that I think all universities need to have, international students as part of the community. It's really what makes universities great. So I'm really glad you're here, and I hope that you have a great experience as an international student in our campus.
And I'm amazed by our international students. I'm amazed at what they teach me about myself as an instructor and how I teach. Thank you, and I'm so glad you're here.
Again, welcome everyone join the session. I saw a lot of people joining from different time zone, a lot of in 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Hope you already finished dinner, enjoy this session. So today's session is Q&A session. The goal of this session is basically to answer all of your questions. We also have other ISSS resources introduce themselves, help you get more connected to the university community. And I will have a brief introduction about today's panelists. So we have an amazing program coordinator from the International Buddy Program, which is a very interesting program. Strongly recommend every undergrad to join. We also have a cultural Corp program, which is also a good way to participate in the international students community. And we also have a lot of amazing ISSS staffs and student leaders. And I will pass to Marina to do the official welcome.
Thank you, Ray, for the welcome and for introducing the Global Gopher experiences. Again, welcome everybody. I see a lot of people joining us. My name is Marina Uehara. I use she, her pronouns. At the University of Minnesota, we try to use pronouns just to create an inclusive environment. We welcome everybody to share their pronouns, but obviously you don't have to share them if you don't want to, but our staff will be sharing them throughout all of Global Gopher Experiences, as well as many University of Minnesota staff. Again, we call you Global Gophers because the University of Minnesota mascot is the Goldie Gopher. And so we call you all endearingly the Global Gophers. And so that's the name we have given you. And hopefully that's how you will call yourselves as you start arriving to the state of Minnesota. Just like many of you behind the screen, I also used to be an international student from Argentina and Japan. And so I know what it's like to just start a new journey here in Minnesota and making new friends and navigating the university. I had really amazing memories here as an international student, and I hope you too will be able to create lifelong friendships in your chosen communities and families here. I am the ISSS Program Director for Student Engagement, and I oversee the Global Gopher Experiences here at the University of Minnesota. We also work closely together with the HERO program, the Health Emergency Response Officers here at the University of Minnesota to keep us updated on any COVID-19 specific policies. Hopefully many of you have heard that negative COVID testings are no longer required for international travels. So as many of these policies come up and get updated, we will be communicating those to our new students or all of our students. So please make sure you read our newsletters as you receive those. Again, welcome to the University of Minnesota. I am so excited to have you all here. We see a lot of students on the participant list, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Lucy, who will be introducing the International Buddy Program.
Hi, hello everyone. This is Lucy Tao. I'm the program coordinator for IBP, which is short for International Buddy Program under ISSS. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a senior at the U. I'm also an international student from China. Let's first start by introducing IBP and what you may get out of it. The fundamental goal of this program is to ease the transition of new international undergraduate students. We pair up international students who are just coming in as buddies with the current UMN students, the mentors, to help new students adjust to the new environment, which can be challenging and exciting at the same time. We work to provide new students with diverse cultural experiences, and by encouraging a connection with the name of IBP Mentorship Program, we hope to build a community for both new international and current UMN students. We want to foster international friendship and bridge the gap between domestic and international students. We aim to raise cultural awareness within the campus community and to promote cultural competency that goes beyond the college experience. Some of the events that IBP has previously hosted throughout the year include welcome party, bowling night, game night, Halloween party, and there is our largest event of the year, the Thanksgiving dinner, scavenger hunt, and tea talk. By engaging in this program with your mentor and actively participate in this activity, many of these mentor and buddy relationships has proven to be very enriching and long-standing. We're continually planning for more events, so you can definitely look forward to many exciting opportunities. And next, before we talk about how to make connections, I'll introduce you to the IBP board. We have 5 students plus staff on the team currently. There's Shirayu, our program advisor, then there's me, the program coordinator, Romit, our treasurer, Rewan, our marketing communicator, and there's Dat, the event coordinator. And although not all members are present here today, you will be seeing them throughout our events during the semester. So now let's move on to talk about connections. And when talking about connections, the one and only rule is to always get out of your comfort zone. It is totally normal to feel embarrassed or awkward when you first enter a new community. But the good thing about being in a new class is that it also means people around you are just as new, as nervous, and as afraid as you. So nobody will be judging, and there's essentially nothing to be uncomfortable about. Just reach out, introduce yourself, and say hi to anyone that stands near you. And if you think back to friends that you know before, you made before, they might not look like ideal friends at the first glance. So you never know. And in addition, when I asked the IBP board to give suggestions, everyone has brought up the same suggestions about being open to new experience. There are more than 800 student clubs and organizations at the U, and you'll be introduced to some of them throughout events and seminars. You can also explore them through Gopher link, and these can be great opportunities to get to know fellow students who share similar interests, majors, and classes with you. And please don't feel like you have to know anything about the club or organization before a fair. Simply walk up to them and ask, what is this organization or club about? When is the next event? And I believe they will be very happy to introduce you to everything you're curious about. Thirdly, language barrier should not be a barrier to friendship. It is common for us international students to worry about our English, such as what if I cannot understand what people are saying, or what if I'm saying a sentence incorrectly. But we also do forget about one advantage that we hold. Our rich cultural backgrounds naturally provide us with many more interesting topics to share. Also, try to cherish your warmth while we still have it in Minnesota. If you're coming into the U in mid-August or September, there are still many great outdoor activities you can enjoy, such as kayaking, cycling, going to the state fair with people in your class. These are all great opportunities to make friends without needing to overwhelm yourself with small talks. Last but not least, join IBP as a buddy, and we'll be providing a lot of these opportunities. The applications for the upcoming semester opens on July 5th, which is next week. All new and non-degree undergraduate students who have not previously studied on campus can apply, and we can assure you there will be a lot of free food and fun activities awaits. If you have any questions related to IBP, please email us at ibp@umn.edu, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated with registration opening and events. You can scan the QR code right here, or the link will also be provided in the chat. And just as a reminder, although IBP only serve undergraduate students in the mentorship program, you might be wondering what are some of the opportunities for graduate students to connect. So Marina here is going to talk about some of them.
Thank you, Lucy, for sharing about the International Buddy Program. I also noticed folks found out how to annotate on our presentation. So I'm assuming those lines will stay. So as a past international graduate student, I also oversee the International Graduate Consulting Team in ISSS. They will officially start this Friday. So I am sharing some of the tips that some of our past graduate leaders have shared with us. So one of the things that we talk about for graduate students is to make sure that you register for at least 6 credits so that you can make sure that you can take on your workload as well as your professional development opportunities. And that's what a lot of international graduate students focus on. We want you also to look at the Gear 1 Canvas site on the graduate school website. When we talk about opportunities to connect and engage and find other students, that is going to be the best place for you to start getting familiarized with what the graduate school offers, as well as the resources and the connections. Good to know items for graduate survival tips is to know your graduate program coordinator. Everything at the University of Minnesota, we use acronyms. So you will oftentimes hear contact your GPCs. That's who your graduate program coordinators are for any policies or practice related to your major or to your academic field. Oftentimes, every program will have their own academic organization. So that's a good way for you to also be connected as well as your faculty and your advisor. Through Gear 1, you can use an individual development plan or an IDP chart to chart your journey. If you attend the in-person ISSS and graduate school welcome in late August, you will get to meet Noro Andramanalina, who's the director over at the graduate school, who will be talking a little bit about the IDP as well, and ways to connect with other international graduate students. We want our grad students to focus on your well-being. So we want you to be able to clarify expectations, communications, and focus on self-care. So this afternoon, after the session is done, there will be 2 breakout rooms for you to join that are specifically for graduate students. One that will talk about ways to engage with other graduate students, and the other one that talks more about studying skills. Again, we're gonna be connecting you with other students as well as you continue to join us. And then for the next part, I would like to welcome Leo, who will be talking a little bit more about how to get involved with the Cultural Corp program.
Thank you, Maria. Hi, everyone. My name is Leo, and I'm the Senior Cultural Corp leader. I use he, him, his pronouns. Cultural Corp is a program focused on international students developing projects and initiatives that bring global perspectives to the U of M campus. Cultural Corp was created in 1998 by Dr. Mohammed Bari to provide international students the opportunities to share their cultural experiences and their knowledge with the university campus community if you are interested in this program. There will be more information on our website. And thank you. I will pass it to our amazing Global Gopher events leader, Ife, to talk about how to stay connected with us.
And then just like that, I lost access to the PowerPoint. So Ray, could you make me a co-host so I can share my PowerPoint? Thank you.
Already make co-host.
All right. Yeah, hi again, everyone. So there are many ways to stay connected with ISSS as a new international student, including the new student website at isss.umn.edu/new, and our Global Gopher Experiences website, which is isss.umn.edu/programs/Global Gopher Experiences. You can also contact us at issssnew@umn.edu via email, and an ISSS staff member will respond to you. As an international student, it is never wrong to ask and connect with ISSS. So again, welcome to our Global Gopher family. Make sure you also follow us on all our social media channels. Next, I'll pass it on to Yuting, who will tell you more about the next GG session we shall be having in a few weeks.
Thank you, Ife. So our next session, the topic of our next session is health and wellness, like how to take care for my health and navigating the US healthcare. Here's the registration link. I will put it to the chat later. Please sign up if you are interested in this topic. Looking forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Then I will pass it to Ray.
Thank you, Yating. Now it's our Q&A session. So here we are gonna answer all of your questions. So we also receive a lot of amazing questions you sent during registration. So Ife, one of the questions is, are there any tips or advices like for international students to build community groups or any support groups we have?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different support groups for for students. There are some that are based on identity. We have the Asian Student Association. We have the African Students Association. We have the Latino Students Association, and so there are a lot of them based on identity like that. But then there's someone was a bit concerned because they didn't have any organizations that was that supported their nation or where they were from. And for that, building community for someone like that is still the same thing, because it is tough to make friends and build a community. And it might not look like it right now, but I struggled with that when I first came to the U. But the most important thing is to actively put yourself out there by joining other clubs and organizations. It doesn't have to be clubs and organizations that are, filled with people you look like or people who you identify with. It could be something that piques your interest, like softball club or volleyball club or something, just anything that piques your interest, mingle with people, and, and also because there are always usually a lot of posters around campus advertising the different organizations, and you can also find them on Gopher link, which is now twincitiesumn.presence.io. Also, if at any time you see anyone you want to be friends with, just walk up to them and say hi. Don't be afraid to be the first one to say hi, because the other person is also afraid to say hi. So, everyone's just afraid. And in your classes, you could ask people to form study groups with you. I know a lot of you, in fact, all of you are very smart to have come to have made it into the University of Minnesota. And for those of you whose first language is not English, you can take about all the above suggestions as ways to practice your English language skills. Remember, practice makes improvements. I'll pass it on to you, Ting.
Thank you, Yifei. How exciting. We have so many. Okay, please, next slide. Okay, how exciting. We have totally 9 breakout rooms here. So feel free to look through all those breakout rooms and see if you are interested in which breakout room. We're gonna have the breakout room session later on. So I will let Sarah to introduce her first.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's great to see so many of you here today. My name is Sarah Krieger. I use she, her, hers pronouns. I work in ISSS, specifically with sponsored students. So if there's any sponsored students out there, hello. I am going to be in the graduate student studying room. I am a very recent graduate of a master's program here at Humphrey, and am excited to share some tips and answer questions. So that's room 1. Come join me. I'm going to pass it on to Beth now.
Yes. So Beth will do the room 2. It's about graduate students, ways to connect. And I will pass it to Lucy for the room 3.
Hi, hello everyone. Just a reminder, I'm the program coordinator for IBP. So if you got any questions related to making connections as an undergraduate student, or about joining the IBP mentorship program, feel free to join the breakout room, and I'll pass it on to Leo.
Hi everyone, my name is Leo. I'll be in the room 4 for any questions about Culture Corp, and I'll pass it to Ife.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Ife, and I will be in breakout room 5 talking about student organizations and clubs. I'll pass it on to you, Ting.
Hi everyone, this is Yuting. In my room, I will talk about time management and study skills. If you have any questions, feel free to join my breakout room. I will pass it to Ray.
Hi everyone, my name is Ray, and I will talk about transportation, living in Minnesota, or any winter tips in the breakout room 7. And I will pass to Grace for breakout 8.
Hello, everyone. My name is Grace. I'm Assistant Director for Advising at ISSS, and I'm happy to meet with you and talk about any questions you have about immigration, or I'm a former international student as well, so I can way back when, long time ago, but I feel like I can share some of my experiences with you. So thank you. I'm sorry, am I supposed to pass on to someone else? I missed that.
Yes, to Adriana,
Okay.
who will be doing room number 9, especially if you're a non-degree student, or if you're a past international student, you can also join room number 9. And then breakout room number 10 is just for open topics, so it's not moderated by a staff member, and you're more than welcome to jump into those. So Yueting, I'll just pass it on back to you to just talk a little bit about how to do the breakout rooms portion.
Sure, no problem. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see the breakout rooms button. If you are using iPad or phone, you might find this on the left or right side of your screen. Click the breakout room and you can choose a theme or breakout room to join. You can always click the breakout rooms at the bottom of your screen to switch the room that you are in. If you want to come back to the main room, click Leave Room, then you will come back to this main room here. If you have a question, feel free to write down on the chat box or speak out directly by unmuting yourself. Our breakout room is going to end around 8:55. Feel free to jump between breakout rooms in these 30 minutes. After you're done with your question, feel free to leave or come back to our main room then. All right, I will wait here for a sec to see if you have questions. Then I will join my breakout room.
Okay, folks have issues joining a breakout room, please unmute yourself and we'd be happy to place you into a room. Leaders, you can go ahead and jump into your rooms now.